You're listening to 88.3 FM, WHCM Palatine, a product of Harper College and its Board of Trustees.
All right, welcome back to the show. You're listening to WHCM 88.3 FM in Palatine, Illinois. My name is Jim Murphy, and you are listening to the Jim Murphy radio program. And what I'd like to do, as I promoted earlier, is introduce a new segment to the show. I'm going to be introducing here in a moment Krista Jackson, who is a licensed clinical professional counselor. And really what she is a psychologist. And what we're going to have, hopefully if this goes well, is a segment on the show from time to time focusing on psychology. So without further ado, let me see if I get all of this right here, and I will bring on Krista, and we will talk about that. Hello, Krista.
Hi, Jim. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Well, this is great. Well, welcome to the show. Thanks for doing this. And
thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so thrilled to be here.
Okay. Now, as I also mentioned, too, you were my instructor for my psychology class for the Fast Track program. And I wanted to have you on just to, talk about psychology. So why don't you go ahead and talk about that a little bit?
Oh, well, thank you. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity. Anytime I'm given the opportunity to promote mental health and to promote the field of psychology, I am very, very honored.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good.
Most people who come to me, or even students that I have at Harper, one of their biggest questions is, what does a psychologist do? And the answer I kind of have come up with is more, what doesn't a psychologist do?
Right.
We are everywhere, and we help individuals with pretty much almost every aspect of life right now. But if we look at it more academically and a little more focused, what we are trained to do is help individuals to come up with better coping skills and to increase their level of function. And however we can do that is what's best for the client, what's best for that person in that situation, and that's what we go to school for years and years and learn how to do.
Very good, very good. And I know just from taking the class, it seemed to me like before I took the class that there was always a stigma that was associated with psychology, that it was always, if you ever consulted somebody, that it was always, that there was something wrong or that you had problems or things like that. And it didn't seem like, well, at least after taking the class or learning it, that's necessarily true, that we're all, we're all the same. We all have problems. And
oh, I tell, we're all somewhere on the timeline of psychopathology, which is just a fancy way of saying we're all somewhere on the timeline of being really, really stressed out and really, really frustrated with our daily life and our problems. And what really makes the difference is those of us who can cope and those of us who can't. And for those of us who can't cope, it is so much easier to go and get some help. Unfortunately, our profession, as you mentioned, doesn't have the best reputation, and there are a couple of reasons for that. I'm a big promoter of, getting out into the community and getting out into the field as much as possible so that we don't seem to be these people that sit in these offices that nobody really knows who they are, what they do, and they're kind of scary, and be more kind of hands-on and in front of people so that they get the correct idea that we are just really here to help people understand themselves and help them to live and work and do what they need to do just without the level of stress and the level of discomfort that they feel sometimes.
Right. And I've thought about that, too, as I've gone through life. I always thought that, I had everything worked out and that, I really didn't have any problems. But as you deal with more things in life, you realize that, you may not be handling them as best as you could, and you could use some advice on how you're handling them and things like that.
Right. We actually have a name for that, Jim. That's called denial. No.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, guilty.
No, just kidding.
Totally
but no,
guilty.
That's true. Everyone thinks that they're doing a great job, and then something will come. Normally, it's a major stressor or a major issue, and then it just knocks them, flat on their face.
Right.
And then they realize, wow, I wasn't doing as well as I thought I was, or as well as I could be. So, and the benefits of mental health have been well documented in the research. The benefits include better physical health, better academic performance, higher relationship results, better communication scores. So mental health really touches every other part of your life. And when people ask me, what can I do to improve myself, the first thing I always say is work on your mental health. And, of course, that's the one that nobody wants to hear.
Right.
That and go to the gym. But
right.
I know, because that's the one I don't like to hear either. But it really is the most crucial part, because when you feel good and when you're thinking correctly, everyone knows it's the best place to be. And it is one of the really focuses that we're not putting enough attention on in our society.
Right.
For example, one of the things that has really frustrated me as a professional is, we've had all this talk about healthcare reform, and, notice not once did you hear anything about mental health.
Right.
Where's the mental health? And it is so important. So we need to really educate people, and especially people that are, trying to better themselves, like students at Harper and whatnot, to the benefits of mental health, because these are things that are going to be, that they're going to be able to take with them for years and years and years to come.
Very good. All righty. Now, if anyone wants to get in touch with you regarding, any questions that they have on psychology, is there somewhere where they can get in touch with you, or an email you'd like to give out?
Sure, absolutely. I'll give out my email. It's pretty easy. It's Krista, which is my name, Krista, and then A as in Apple, M as in Mary, Jackson, which is just as it sounds, at yahoo.com.
Okay. All righty.
They can send me a question, or send me, if they need any type of referral, I'll be happy to help out with that.
Okay.
And I teach at Harper, so I'm there quite regularly. And they can also always call the psych department at Harper and ask for me.
Okay. All righty. Well, I thank you very much for being on the show today, and I hope you'll come back.
Well, thanks, Jim. It was a pleasure, and I look forward to educating and hopefully guiding and helping more people in the future. This is a really great, wonderful forum. Thank you so much.
Good. I will definitely have you back, and I know you're very busy, so I'll let you go, and have a great week.
Thanks. You too, Jim.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Thanks, Krista. That was Krista Jackson, a licensed clinical professional counselor and psychologist, and hopefully we will make that as a regular feature here on the show, and I hope you enjoy that. So what I will do in the meantime is get a few more PSAs out of the way, and I'll have some music on the other side. Be right back.